Good morning, Quincy High. How are you all doing today? Well, can't really hear you inside the studio, so I'll just take that as you're all doing hunky-dory. Anyway, my name is Brendan Cavan, and you're watching The Weekly Update. We here at the Quincy High Broadcasting class have a very special, hand-picked assortment of visual goodies prepared for you all this week. In fact, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't just dive on in. Our first video is a delightful little documentary by our very own Daniel Artinian.
Quincy, Massachusetts is not a very unusual place. It all happens in the way of strange occurrences there, as most people live out normal lives. This all changed one cold October afternoon a month ago, when sightings of strange men in suits started popping up around the city. I've spent the better part of a month researching this case, and I believe this may very well go all the way to the top. But that's only one theory. On October 17th, 2020, a group of 3 to 4 men was seen in Quincy Center. They were reported as wearing black suits, sunglasses, and had earpieces to stay in contact with each other, and were standing around an unmarked white van without license plates, as if they were guarding something inside. Anyone who tried to see inside the van was ushered away, and quickly flashed what appeared to be an ID of some kind. One particular person was able to see into the van, and he is here with me today to describe what he saw. I've altered his sound and appearance to hide his identity, as per his request. So, what did you see in the van?
I don't really know what it was. It looked like some kind of high-tech computer I'd never seen before. Man, it didn't even look like it was made by human hands.
You think it was made by aliens?
Not really sure, possibly.
What do you think the computer was for?
Well, I think I'd have to spend some more time with it. There's just so many possibilities.
Who do you think the men in suits were?
Government agents, hired guards, maybe even something else entirely.
How do you feel going forward?
I'm a little bit nervous. I think I'll probably lay low, in case they find me.
Not long after my interview, Brendan Cavan went missing. Did he go into hiding, or was he taken by the men in suits? I'm not sure.
FBI, open up.
Who are you?
Doesn't matter. You need to come with me.
I'm not opening the door until I see some identification.
If you don't comply, I'll take you by force.
Wow. That was fantastic! Thank you so much, Daniel. Next up, Connor Byrne will be outlining the life and legacy of everyone's favorite cartoon character, Kilroy.
The popular catchphrase, "Kilroy was here," originated here in the city of Quincy, Massachusetts during World War II. It all started with a worker named James Kilroy who worked at Quincy's Bethlehem Steel Shipyard. James Kilroy was an inspector who counted the amount of rivets that were done by crew members and then would write the words "Kilroy was here" and draw the logo on the steel. Ships were coming and going so fast in Quincy during the war that the words and logo were never painted over. Because of this, the logo traveled all over the world and was copied by the United States Army in every port or city they landed in. Soon, a legend sprang up that no matter where the Allied forces landed, Kilroy somehow managed to get there first.
Whoa! What a cool story! Who knew that Kilroy made his humble abode right here in our very own city of Quincy? Not me, I'll tell you that much. Now, we here at Quincy High are no strangers to the fact that 2020 has proved quite the punch in the nose. Honestly, it's more like a freight train running you over 4 times and then Brad Pitt throwing your dead remains into a wood chipper and then getting a punch in the nose. So let's just take a break from all the sad news floating around. Our great friend Joe Sakoch has compiled a list of really good things that this year has brought in. Check it out.
Well, here we are, in 2021. A brand new year for everyone, because as we all know, 2020 was a very chaotic and negative year for everyone. One of the worst years the world has faced in a long time, but there were positive things that also happened during the year that we shouldn't just overlook because of all the bad. Here are a couple of good things that happened in 2020. First is the COVID vaccine created by Moderna and BioNTech. This vaccine is incredible in the fact that it was created in an unprecedented amount of time compared to a normal vaccine. And it has an incredible 95% success rate, which is just crazy when you think of vaccines as a whole. And because of this vaccine actually being created and administered to the public already, it's a good sign that we're on the tail end of the pandemic and maybe even soon return to normal life. There was also a new baby panda, Zhao Qi Li, or the Little Miracle, that was born at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. This is great news about the panda because pandas do not give birth very often, and many environmental experts are very worried about the species' survival in the future. Although this new happy and healthy baby panda breathes new life into the survival of the species. Another thing that's happened is CO2 emissions worldwide have declined drastically because of self-isolating from the pandemic. And it's giving renewable resource companies a chance to push their products, and they're actually becoming far, far cheaper than before, so that we might be able to rely on them in the future. And thus it's a really good bump up for CO2 friendly materials and companies. There's also this new nonprofit organization called The Place to Be, where they transformed the top of condos and buildings into these makeshift artificial beehives for the bees to kind of revisit and try to boost the population of bees in Detroit. And it actually seems to be working. The bee population is booming there and it's helping the ecosystem. And they're even thinking they might be able to expand it to be a nationwide thing and really just help the ecosystem overall, which is an amazing thing. Which just shows you that even in a time that is unfortunate for many, there's still a ton of good that can happen around the world.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, kids. And remember, God made you special, and He loves you very... Crap, that's the VeggieTales outro. Remember to tune in next week. I don't know. Guys, what are we still doing here? I don't know. Is there... Did I miss my line or something? I don't... Honestly.